What's up, YouTube? Happy Friday to you. Hope you guys are having a great day today. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning, and just wanted to report to you guys, we did get about 0.2 according to Mr. Kevin's weather station. We got about 0.2 inches of rain last night. So unfortunately it came in the night we had church, so I never got a chance to put down any humic coated urea. I wanted to do another 5 or 6, 7 pounds around the lawn, and I didn't get to do that. So unfortunately, unless it rains later today, I may be able to spread it around throughout the day if it rains later. But we did get some rain, so that is awesome, but we didn't get down any humic. So you'll be able to see here shortly in the video that we still took advantage of the rain in a good way. So let's do the intro and let's get into the video. What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys so much for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you to all the subscribers, all the channel members. Thank you guys so much. Without you guys, this channel would not exist, so I appreciate it. Today, guys, we're going to jump into a video today where I'm seeing a little bit of concerning spots in my yard, and we're going to get to that. That's the #1 goal today. But we've mentioned in previous videos also before that whenever we're starting to get rain or rain is in the forecast, we want to take advantage of the rain. So we also want to do that. And today, as I'm filming this, tomorrow, we're going to have rain in the forecast. So I also, as I mentioned on the live stream that we did Tuesday evening, I want to go ahead and put down another round of humic coated urea into the lawn. And I'm thinking about possibly doing that as a spray. Possibly I'm just going to put it down with the Scott's Elite spreader and just do it the way I've been doing it the past 2 times. So we'll decide that once we get to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to put you on the tripod. I'm going to go to a couple spots, and I believe we got some weeds we're going to have to pull out of the yard because I'm seeing a little bit of lime green spots in my lawn, not only in the areas that we use pre-emergent, but also up in the new area where we planted the triple threat, and it's sticking out like a sore thumb. I think it's likely the poet Triv. I had to look up a video about it with Pete, and guess what? It was right around the same date he was out in his lawn pulling it up. So that's exactly what we want to get into today. I want to show it to you. I want to show you what it looks like, how it sticks out, and then we're just going to hand pull this up and tell you what we're going to do to try to correct that. So let's go ahead to those spots right now. So guys, clearly in this picture, I think you guys can kind of see right in here is where we've got some items, some grass that is starting to stick out that just kind of came out of nowhere. Now, it's very important that, you know, if you can see spots here, you're like, well, that looks lime green too, and that looks lime green too. These are areas of newly germinated grass. Totally different. This is not newly germinated grass, to my knowledge, unless a lot of seed fell down, which it is possible, but you can just see with all the areas around this one. Let me take you off the tripod. All the areas around that this really is sticking out like a sore thumb. So as you can see, it just really sticks out. You've got the darkness of the lawn, and then you've got the light colored clumps right here. So if we come over here to some of the newly germinated grass, you can kind of see right here, that's what it's looking like as newly germinated grass. We're still working. We've got germination popping up in some of these ditch areas right here, all over the place, and I'm hoping natural rain will help. But this is definitely newly germinated grass. And this right here that I'm actually standing on, you can kind of see the color is a little bit lighter there. But when we get over here, this is not only outgrowing the rest of the mature fescue, but it's a, you know, it's very waxy feeling. It's just, it's not, I'm pretty sure it's poet Triv. And let me know your thoughts, but it's just patchy, regardless of what it is. Even if it would happen to be grass seed, I don't like it in my lawn. So you can just kind of see as I step back, we can see, you see how it sticks out, like I said, like a sore thumb. And you can kind of see, this is not, maybe on camera it does look similar, but I'm thinking this is poet trivialis, if anything. Again, I pulled up a Pete video, was looking at what he was saying, and basically we just need to hand pull this. And as Pete said, if we miss some of this, if we don't get it by the root, it's definitely not going to See, I didn't get all the root right there on that. Some of this is going to come back if we don't get it by the root. We want to be able to pull that up. And so could it be new grass? It's possible this could be new grass, but if it is, because it's very hard to see, I'm looking at all the information I was seeing on the internet, and maybe not, but to me, I think this is Poa Triv, the way it's so lime green. Everything has been fertilized the same, and so the fact that it's, man, it is in there pretty good, the root system. I'm going to pull it out, and what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to pull all of it out and put down new seed, and ensure the next time, there we go, there you go, it's kind of like a lime green color. And so some of this I may not have gotten out, we'll find out, but there we go, we definitely got it by the roots that time. And so I'm going to come behind it, likely off camera, to be honest with you, but we're going to put down more seed. So, but we want to try to get all of it, as much as we can, by the root to make sure it's not going to come back. So that's kind of the goal. So if you see some of this in your lawn, you're like, yeah, I got some splotches that are, you know, light green in color. We want to go ahead and knock that out. Here's another patch right here. Boom. And this kind of came up easily. It's very clumped together, and you can just kind of see it there on camera. It's very clumpy. And yeah, it's just, I think it just needs to be handled, and we just need to get rid of it. And here's some more right here. It's I'm not sure, I haven't looked it up. I probably should have done that before coming out here and talking about it so much, but it's more, to me, it's just an eyesore right now. It is, oh my gosh, like, what is this? What is this in my lawn? I was looking at it, I mowed, I was like, well, we're gonna let it we're just going to come and look it up and see what Pete has to say. I'm trying to see if I can identify. Rough stock is what NC State was talking about it. But it, regardless of what it is, if it's a type of cultivar or whatever, I'm going to replace new seed on it and put some seed here. And that is another reason why we talked about taking advantage of the rain. Let me step back here and kind of look and see. Actually, let me look in the camera, the view that you guys are looking at, and see. Yeah, it looks like this right here needs to come up too, with the little yellowy in it, this right here. So we're going to be safe, and we're going to pull this as well, and pull all this up here as well. And that looks like a clump of it possibly. And so getting all of this back up, we don't want any of this mess. We don't want to take a risk with it. And again, as somebody was saying on the live stream last night, Mr. Ferguson, you know, is it too late to seed? No, what we're going to do is exactly what Pete says in his video. We're going to come back and sprinkle some seed right here in this general area and just kind of forget about it. Let the rain come, wash it, and water it, and hopefully if this is not Poa Triv, it'll be fine because we're replanting the seed. Fescue looking stuff, but we want to get it all, and we want to get it by the roots, that's for sure. Pull some of these roots, and there you go. And that's pretty close. Pretty close. So that does leave a hole in the lawn. Looks like there's some right here. There we go. So let's see what that looks like on camera now with you guys. So now, there we go. And so now you can't, if we just sit back and look, can you tell, you know, that lime spot anymore? If I move the bucket and panned around, could you see that lime spot anymore? I don't think you could. And so I think that's helped out a lot right there. So let's go to another area, and I'll fast forward it, and we're just going to pull that out by hand as well. Now over here, guys, I'll let you point out and pick out where the Poa Triv possibly is. I think you're going to be able to find it pretty easily. It's because you're not idiots. But we also have to be aware, and yes, it was right here. This is what sticks out like a sore thumb right here. I'm going to put the back side of the bucket right here so I know it's everything in front. But all of this is a mixture. We did cool blue, we've got our turf type tall fescue. This has never been completely killed off in this section as well. So we've got different blends of grass. It could have came out of anywhere, but this just kind of popped out. You can see on camera, it just sticks out. It's like, why is that light green looking? And maybe it was there last year and I totally missed it, but we're just going to reseed this area. As much as I hate to do this too, but is it like, so could some people be like, well, I don't feel like doing that, Mr. Ferguson, it ain't a big deal to me. Well, then that totally makes sense. But look, it comes up so easily too. And it's like a bunch. This came up really easily. but it's like a bunchy grass right here, and I just don't want it spreading or going any further. And I don't know if this came from, being that it's over here as well, it could have came from the peat seed. It could have just been dormant in the lawn from aerating. I'm not really sure, but let's establish a little circle here of where it stops. Looks like right here, and get all this out. And again, be sure to grab the roots. We want to get the roots, and it looks like it's trying to come back in this way, so we're going to pull some of this as well. Sprinkle some seed. There's a rock right there. So now you can hopefully see on camera that it is all the lime green portion is now gone. And let me look behind you guys. Yeah, so there we go. It's all gone as we kind of move in, and I've got you guys on the tripod. You can just kind of see there. We've got a decent size, you know, I don't know, basketball round size hole there. We're just going to drop some seed. We're going to rake it. We're going to kind of forget about it, put some water on it. It is a pretty decent size, so we do want to put some seed there. And that is basically the main spot. Again, the reason why Mr. Ferguson's doing this today, number one, to get rid of it. It's an eyesore. It's right here by the road where people drive by, just like over there in the front yard. Over in the backyard, I'm going to let that go. It's right on the downspout of the backyard. We'll see what happens with that. We'll leave it there and see if it expands or not. This wasn't too difficult to rip out, but again, you want to make sure you get down in the roots, and we've almost filled up, you know, a 5-gallon bucket. So now we're going to dump it. Let's get our seed. Let's put it down there. We don't really have to cultivate, you know, use the cultivator to tear this up. It's already torn up from tearing the grass out. So we just need to put some seed down. So let's do that. So just to be safe, I got a little bit of GCI seed left. We are going to I just decided, why not? What's the harm in hitting this a little bit? Again, we put dithiopyr pre-emergent down. We don't want that to be an issue. So let's just hit this and tear this up a little bit. We got good soil right here. There's no need to put topsoil on top of this. So we're just gonna shake this up just a little bit. And this thing, I need to tighten. There we go. Little rock popping up right here. Where are you, Mr. Rock? Let's do it right here. Yeah, so shake that dirt up just a tad. And then just sprinkle our seed a little bit. And what I like to do is then take the cultivar tool again and just kind of blend it in. So decent amount of seed. We don't want to have to come back and reseed it. And it's on a pretty flat area as well. So shouldn't be an issue with getting, you know, this seed to germinate. So that should be plenty of seed. And then just kind of, not rough, but lightly, just blend this in a little bit and just mix it with the dirt that's already there. If you have topsoil, sure, you know, put a little bit of topsoil down and then put your seed and mix it in a little bit. It's perfectly fine. I'm just going to do it this way, and it could use a little bit of extra topsoil, it looks like, but we've got seed and we're mixed it in a little bit, so we're good. And then conveniently, our water is right behind the camera here. So we're just going to turn it on, and if I can remember, which I will because my hose is right here, every time I use a hose, we just want to water that seed and keep it moist. And again, we're doing this before natural rain, which is huge because it should definitely help it. You know, natural rain has things that our filtered water from our utilities or our well don't have, especially public city water. They filter it, I would know. So we want to keep that seed moist. We don't want so much, like you see, sometimes it can start to float. We don't want that. We don't want that much. But there you go. So the last part of my video actually had no sound, so I didn't have a closing section. So I came out here to do it. And to my surprise, we're getting a little more water, so that's cool. So it's not raining too hard. I'll just kind of show you, as I mentioned in text in the video there. We put down a little peat moss, and I did it in these sections right before I went to church. So these are the areas, you know, after last night having some rain, you know, we've already covered it pretty well. So it just looks like another patch in the lawn. It's, you know, and so hopefully this natural rain really helps with these sections. But there we go. We've got it, you know, it's not a huge section, but man, it's so much better. That was a very, especially as Pete says in his video when he was out pulling the same type of weed, whether it's Poa Triv, as I mentioned, or not, really, it doesn't matter. It was a very lime green, sore thumb, sticking out in the lawn. And so now it's totally gone, because in this view right here, you guys saw it in the nighttime and a cloudy day like this, we would have definitely been able to see it sticking out like that. So look at this, another one I need to pull up. This thing is popping up, and see, it's dark, it's cloudy right here. Actually, we're just gonna pull this sucker up right now and just be done with it. I don't know what it is, but you see it's just that limey green that's sticking out in the midst of all this darkness. So it's like, oh, we didn't get it by the root, but it'll be okay, it may come back. But that's what we want to kind of, this is the time of year when we want to pull this crap and get it out, because we don't want it growing, we don't want it spreading. So that'll likely come back, but hey, I'll leave him to suffer and die on the sidewalk. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's a little bit of an awkward video, kind of rushed to get this one out with the live stream. Go back and check that out if you missed it. And our little hole over there, we'll keep an eye on that and let you know when it fills in. We got another spot that's already germinated, and this spot's germinating over here. So hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. Enjoy the day. We'll see you on the next lawn care video. God bless.